1987.
Mist-covered mountains are a home now for me, but my home is the lowlands, and always will be. Someday you'll return to your valleys and your farms, and you'll no longer burn to be brothers in arms. Through these fields of destruction, baptisms of fire, I've witnessed your suffering as the battle reached high, and though it had hurt me so bad, in the fear and alarm, you did not desert me, my brothers in arms.
Wow, it was really something, inspiring. I'm sure all of us can identify with the open countryside that was shown in that video.
Yeah, well, there's obviously a lot less of that around now, and a lot less people see it since all of the population is conglomerated into the larger cities in the nation. I don't know why this is, but it's obviously progressed through the times.
I see. What's the third video you have to show us this evening?
This third video it says Skit on it, which I assume it's some theatrical performance about the future, perhaps. I think we could run that right now, if you don't mind.
All right. And the third and last video this evening is Skit, perhaps about the future. Who knows? We'll see the third videotape right after this.
Does your backyard look like this? Is the only greenery you see your shower curtain? Are you tired of gray, black, concrete, and asphalt? Do you need a change? Here at Treeway Park, we believe everyone has the right to greenery, to walk through nature like this country's forefathers intended. That's why we have over 2 acres of naturally growing pine trees, free from any type of pollution. Whether in summer or in winter, it's always an uplifting experience to walk through our groves and live for a spell like those who enjoyed the outdoors so long ago. So the next time you get disgusted with modern-day city life, remember the great vacation opportunity awaiting you at Treeway Park. For more information, call us at 1-800-TREEWAY. Call us today.
Good evening, and this is the 7 o'clock news. The top story tonight is about a time capsule. We're just about to show the third video, and with us tonight is Dr. Johnson. We've been discussing this at great length. So, with no further ado, we show you the third video, which is a skit, maybe about the future.
Okay, class, please note the figures on your screen. We're going to go over that again today. We'll start with 1980. There have been a number of incidents that led up to the events that we're now so familiar with and the situation in which our planet now lives in. Note the following points as you read that brief history. 1980, a terrorist attack kills 252 Americans in Beirut. 1987, Islam nations declare purification. Leads up to the 1990 terrorist attack on an American football stadium. They killed 625, and you want to note that that's the first major terrorist attack within the borders of the United States, so it's fairly notable in that sense. Then, of course, the first major nuclear exchange in 1997, which you're all familiar with. Satellite protection destroyed 95% of incoming missiles. This is certainly the most famous and destructive war in history. Only 50 missiles actually made it to their destination and detonated, yet it resulted in 180 million deaths. In 2010, it marked the beginning of the major protracted nuclear winter of which we're still suffering today. You guys know that when you go home in the dark and come here in the dark. In 2035, the biochem war broke out between the United States and Middle Eastern countries, and pictured on your screens you'll see all the different diseases spread by that war. The globe suffered great losses due to both wars. 690 million people were killed in total. That's 15% of the population. Over 30% of animals were destroyed, disappeared, with 1,000 species extinct over that period of time. All the forest land, yes, Mark?
Why bother learning about all these wars?
Mark, we study about history so that we can prevent past mistakes from happening again.
Wars are going to happen. Learning history won't change anything.
Okay, does everybody have all that information? Good. Okay, well, I have a treat for you guys for a change today. You can turn your eyes from your video screens, and we're having a guest visitor, Mr. Lehman, who was a teacher in a high school similar to this one before the first nuclear exchange, began teaching in 1986. So here comes Mr. Lehman.
Hi there. Well, it's been a long time since I've been in a classroom. And it's changed a whole lot, though.
Just right around the back.
Another day.
Please be quiet, class. Mr. Lehman is going to be showing us a slide presentation of life back in the year 1986.
I brought some slides to show you today, some actual pictures. Young people like yourself and what it was like, well, before. Young man, if you could catch the lights there for us, please. Life used to be different before the nuclear exchanges, as you see in this first slide here. We used to have clear skies and just all kinds of trees and woods and pure, clean water, just wonderful to swim in, and we really took them all for granted, I think. Thought we'd always have them around, and that they couldn't be taken away from us. Before the chemical wars, it used to be so colorful and bright outside. A sunny day was just something to behold. We lived in real wood and stone houses. Most families had their own homes to themselves. I used to teach writing, and class would meet, and just about every day we'd read from their own writings, as you can see in this shot here. I guess it's most important just to remember that we were people, just like you, an entire generation who reached maturity and then died before they could even live. You could go to any library and find books on the U.S., but they don't tell the real story, not the whole thing. How hard it was to watch your loved ones wasting away from the cancer. This is one of my classes. We'd taken a trip to one of the larger cities. 2 of them are still alive. The rest left the earth before their time because of all that human insanity and mistakes. You see the second guy from the right there, he died of lung cancer from the fallout. 2 girls on the left, well, they and the guy in the gray jacket, they died from what really would have been curable diseases, but the hospitals at the time were just too full and couldn't even take them. And the third girl there on the left died during one of the food riots early on. Finally, the guy in the olive jacket, kind of in the front there, he survived the nuclear exchange only to die later in the biochemical wars, and he lived for a week. It was just terrible pain. Miss those folks. There was a particularly close friend of mine, one of the kindest people I think I ever knew. The burn she received from the bomb just kept screaming. All I could do was hold what was left of her hand and cry until she died. Well, those are the slides. Could we have the lights now?
Thank you very much, Mr. Lehman. I'm sure the class enjoyed your presentation very much. If there's somebody now, Mark, if you could help Mr. Lehman with the slide projector, that would be helpful. Thank you. Again, Mr. Lehman, we all really appreciate and enjoyed your presentation. Thank you. Homework. Everybody have their homework. It's file number F, questions 4, 6, 7, 12, 13, 18, 21, and 23.
I want to know something.
Yes?
I want to know how to make this never happen again.
Are you serious?
Certainly.
What are you doing Saturday?
Saturday. Oh, me and Shannon were... I'm free.
10 o'clock? Let's meet. Here's my address.
All right. Thank you. Thank you very
Saturday.
much.
Rapidly.